I really appreciate the way you do your coverage, Chud.
You cannot go around acting that way. That is an insane standard to operate on. There is no reason to watch a politics streamer when you could just watch someone who actually knows what they're talking about do so. It's just, you cannot make this up. He's an addict. He's miserable, I know, because I'm an addict. So I don't know why they're suddenly not friends anymore. I don't understand. They were such good friends a year ago, and now what's happening? Brianna Wu. So I was sent a clip a few days ago while I was on my day off. I was just chilling, having a good time. I get this clip sent to me of Brianna Wu saying horrible things about friend of the stream, Chud Logic. Now, as many of you may know, sorry. This is really messed up. Brianna's done this. It's really messed up because many of you may know that just recently, Chud actually took a curiously timed week break immediately after Erudite said some horrible stuff about him in the Anything Else YouTube chat. It was a very curiously timed break. So, I mean, a lot of people were speculating that he was on a mental health break, maybe that he killed himself. He hadn't, thankfully, thank God. He did not kill himself. He was back to streaming this week. But I think it may have been close. So people should really seriously start considering the sort of things they're saying about people online. And if they're gonna make strong statements about other people, I feel like they should probably at least explain them. So obviously that was fucked up enough. Erudite doing that was like, Jesus. It was not okay. So imagine my shock when on my days off, I'm sent a clip just after Chud's come back from his mental health break of Brianna piling on and doing the exact same thing. And that's just insane. And the most fucked up part about all of this is I thought Brianna and Chud were friends. I thought they were friends. No, not this one. No, not this one.
This was a terrible mistake. I'm deeply sorry about this. I just wanted to get ahead of all the drama this morning and talk to you about it. And he's going after me about that. So really,
no, not this one. Where's a good one here?
It's very difficult to come at you with a sort of frustrated or angry energy because the way that you talk and put yourself across, it's very calm, very relaxed. But then you have a little jabs.
So Brianna absolutely, I don't know if I can find a good clip of it.
It was tactical.
But Brianna absolutely was glazing this guy every time. I thought they were such good friends because every time Brianna came on, she was saying how, oh, you know, Chud, I really respect your content. I really respect you as a content creator.
I really appreciate the way you do your coverage, Chud.
It was insane, and there was no reason for her to be like that either. It didn't make any sense, other than to try and get him to join PV. Obviously, yeah, but there was no justified like in her beliefs. Like, what part of Chud's behavior would be considered exceptional under Brianna Wu's, like what we know of Brianna Wu's lens through which she looks at the world? Which part would make her have a lot of respect for Chud? I'm not entirely, I've got no idea. Maybe she heard he's a chaser. So, I want to find a clip of her sucking him off because, sorry, that, phrasing. I want to find a clip of her, of her really, you know, wooing. Metaphorically speaking. Metaphorically speaking. Guys, stop. I can't say anything on there. You guys just... Where can we find a good clip? Like, I feel like if I find a clip where he's like, I feel like you're wooing me, something like that, that's what I'm looking for. No, this was after all the DK stuff, I'm pretty sure. Oh, whatever. Okay, we can't find one. It's fine.
Individual rights. I care about liberal democracy. I care about maintaining the republic. It just doesn't happen. So anyways, so I actually do have a clip related to audience capture that I want to play real quick. Because
it was right there, moron. What was right there? What was right there? Where was there a clip of her saying some good shit? Which one? President Sunday vid. Okay, let's try this one.
This was a terrible, terrible episode.
What do you want to talk about? Hello?
Oh, hold on. There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
I am waking up. It was a rough night full of drama, so just caffeinating myself.
Okay. I've got no idea what you're talking about. What happened?
No worries. So Chud Sunday has released a bunch of Discord logs of me saying some things in Discord. And I just wanted to get ahead of all the drama this morning and talk to you about it.
Sure.
Yeah, you can look on his Twitter, and he is releasing me saying some nice things about conservatives in back channel. Obviously, this was a terrible, terrible mistake. I'm deeply sorry about this. I said I respected Counterpoints for being a good dad, a devoted father, and he's going after me about that. So really embarrassing shit.
Interesting.
Wow.
Okay. Why do you want to hop on and talk about this? You sounds like you're trying to push your narrative out there. Is that what's going on?
No, it's just stupid shit. Honestly,
Okay.
I keep seeing you on. I wake up earlys, and you're always the first streamer on. I just wanted to pop on and say hello.
Okay, so I got the tweets here. Like I say,
Yep.
I think I saw some tweets and didn't really understand what was going on. So now
Yep.
I've got some context. We'll have a quick look at these.
Yeah, it's so stupid. He was also like, so. It's so weird with Sunday. It's the exact same thing that happened with Erudite, right? Like he gets a bug up his ass about somebody and then just fucking focuses on it, right? He is so pissed off because recently my job is political organizing, right? I've gotten some money. I've been working on actually paying some streamers to do democratic organizing behind the scenes, right? This is utterly routine. All kinds of people are paid for stuff. I believe streamers should be paid for organizing, right? I'm trying to bring some new revenue streams into this space.
So this is actually possibly a good time to mention the other thing that happened. Now, I don't want to pull up Laundry's article, do I? Isn't it got like all the docs in it or something? I don't know. But anyway, we got the payment figures, I guess, for July 2024. So we had Irrelevant with 1K, Lumiru with 1K, Wick with 1K. So that is rough. Irrelevant doesn't stream, and when he does, it's Warhammer to 30 people. I didn't know Lumiru was even still alive, frankly. And then Wick's getting the same amount, grinding these panels. The Fang of Zion, out there on the front lines. JIDF, 1K a month. Lonerbox, doubling it with 2K. I mean, he doesn't do any... He's not really, like, you know, he's not owned like Wick is owned. You're showing it for his docs and your docs Drazi. No, the difference to me is that Drazi's name was linked there directly by him. He put it on his TikTok. If it's like... It's a bit weird when like they haven't necessarily wanted that information linked to their name and it's been sort of taken out of their hands. I feel worse about that. Lonerbox with 2K, Hutch with 2K. So I mean, I feel like Lonerbox should be, you know, negotiating a bit. Lonerbox needs to be negotiating higher pay here. He needs to, he needs to be at least 3K. Like, because the idea that Lonerbox getting paid the same amount as Xanderhall, that's just crazy. That's just crazy. Wait, you said it was unintentional, but Drazi's name was unintentional. It can't be unintentional. It was his username. How can it be unintentional? It literally can't be unintentional. It was in 3 different places. It was in 3 different places on his social media where he would have had to type it each time. I don't be typing, Lonerbox don't be typing his full name out in his social media. Wick don't be typing his full name out in his social media. Razi did. It was his username. It was his username. You're wrong. Retard. Josiah getting 2k. Josiah's massive. How is Josiah only getting 2k? I wonder what they get from him. I wonder how this is determined. I want to see the Gunter pay. Fargo. On TikTok, you have 2 usernames. You have like the screen name and the handle. Okay? One of them was Eldrazi. The other one was his full fucking name. He then had it written on his PayPal thing. It was like on a blurb thing too. It wasn't like just the normal, like you pay someone and then you get their details. It was on like a blurb there. It was on his fucking Instagram too. And the TikTok, yeah, and all the socials were linked to each other. It wasn't just on search. They were all listed on his fucking pages. It's just like, you don't know any of the details here. It is totally different to go and get filings, right? This sort of stuff, this is equivalent. Going and finding these guys' names from this filing is equivalent to going and look at white pages to me. It's like going and looking at white pages or some business registration and getting their address or name from that. That is totally different to usernames you selected for social media you linked to your public-facing persona. Those are 2 completely incomparable things. Conservative is the highest paid progressive victim member. Well, I mean, I think Connor does stuff for events, right? I think he's actually like, helping. Not just sitting around doing nothing. Yeah, Fargo. Okay, someone might submit information and not realize it'll be public, but I'm not. You expect me to act as if it's possible for someone to submit the same information in 3 places independently each time and then link it all together. I should operate as if someone can accidentally do that. You're saying we should all go through the world and we should assume when someone's got their full name listed in numerous places on their social media, they don't want you using their name. I have low expectations of Drazi. So thank you for pointing out that you cannot engage. You will be timed out for 24 hours. You've totally revealed yourself as a retard. No, you cannot go around operating in the world as if people accidentally print their name in full in 3 different places on their public-facing social media that they link to their public persona. You simply cannot you cannot go around acting that way. That is an insane standard to operate on. The fuck? What? I'm supposed to... So I'm supposed to be like, oh, can I really call him Stephen Bonnell? Can I really call him Hassan Piker? Can I really call him Ethan Klein? Is that okay? I'll call him H3 just to be safe. No, retard. Fuck off. Jesus Christ. What a pathetic idiot. What a pathetic idiot you have to be. But no, I'm not going to show the main filing for this stuff because this is not stuff they've intentionally put out there. There seems to be a fuck up on whoever did the filing for TV, right? Like, what's the story here? Are we meant to have this information? I feel like we're not. Oh, yeah, so this is important, right, Bug? The distinction that this isn't payment for the meetings, it's for digital advertising that has been used on the YouTube channel and Twitter. No, I don't think this stuff has to be public. I think it's someone new in charge of compliance or new guidance on compliance from our attorneys. Yeah, listen, I don't know what any of it, like, listen, I think any discussion on this sort of stuff is retarded. Anytime people start being like, oh, can they do this because they're foreigners? Oh, is this like, you know, are they reporting this accurately? I feel like it's so impenetrable for laymen. Just if you think there's an issue with it, you should absolutely file a report to the FEC or whatever. Say, hey, here's what I think these people have done wrong in this time period or whatever. And they'll look into it. I'm sure it'll get sorted. But I think that making public statements is just being like, oh, you can't do this, or oh, are you sure this is above board? Like, I don't begin to pretend to understand United States election regulations, election spending regulations. Where does the money come from? Kills me. I mean, don't think we know. Every disbursement must be allocated. They had to disclose a pay. It's a lot. Okay. Well, if you think that, then make sure you filed complaints for all the ones they didn't report. If something happens, I'll believe you. But I'm not gonna pretend to understand any of this stuff well enough to make statements about whether they're above board or not. Anyway, let's see a bit more of this lead up here, and then we'll watch the latest clip.
Going after me. Yeah,
isn't that against the rules? Isn't that against? Wait, no, isn't that against TOS? I don't think you could do political organizing on these platforms, can you?
Yeah, of course you can. Why couldn't you?
Oh, what?
The thing is that, you know, I don't understand any of the regulations, but I will say, wasn't there something said by Brianna at one point, very early on, where she was like, oh, all the finances for PV are being done by my husband, who's an actual lawyer. Isn't that a thing? All the filings being done by my husband, who's an actual lawyer. Didn't she say some shit like that? And he's not. He's like a patent agent. Does anyone remember this? Am I going crazy?
Twitch.
I don't understand.
I thought that there was rules about sponsorships that you couldn't take.
Well, it's not sponsorship necessarily. To you know, like I don't go and say, hey, please make this video, please do X, please do Y. It's more like you know, paying people to come like organize on issues, to talk about the content that we think is effective, to put that out, that kind of thing.
Okay. I'm going to be honest, I don't really care about this. What is this here?
Yeah, no worries, man.
Counterpoints is a devoted dad and a genuinely smart person. If more conservatives were as thoughtful as he, the country would be better off.
Yep. What's
the problem with this exactly?
I don't know. It's Sunday being an asshole, so...
Yeah, I mean, you know, if you want to say Sunday's an asshole, like, yeah, he's very obnoxious. When he gets, he's like a dog with a bone. He gets kind of obsessive about posting stuff about people, and he thinks he's like got the absolute moral high ground, so he just goes off on one, and then he's off to the next thing. That seems to be the case. Let me see what else there is. I don't know a single. Okay, so let's talk about this one. This one looks a bit juicy. Gender related.
Let's go into it.
I don't know a single trans person that feels this discourse, which is overwhelmingly led by cis people, is actually helping the community. And you're responding to someone saying, actually recognizing them as valid people, including recognizing them as important. What's that all about?
You know,
dogs are actually very chill when they have a bone. You'll think of male.
So basically, Wix server last night, people were talking about Doe's pronouns. I have no idea who Doe is. I hear this person mentioned from time to time. I don't know who they are, but it was some discussion about how they like to be called it's for their pronouns. And I said I thought that focusing on policy for trans issues instead of all this esoteric online stuff was better for the community. And that's what he's going after me about.
Okay, so yeah, that's pretty unobjectionable, I think.
It's pretty fucking obvious, right? It's just so... I don't know, Chud. Something I appreciate about your stream is I feel like you're done.
Yes. Here's some glazing.
I think.
It's pretty fucking obvious, right? It's just so... I don't know, Chud. Something I appreciate about your stream is I feel like you're as done with the nut jobs on the left as I am, and it's just it's a really goddamn unpleasant part of my job, to be honest with you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, do you feel, because obviously, do you feel like you've kind of catered to them in some degree, though, in the past?
Yeah, I've talked to you about this stream before. I think, you know, one of the things with Gamergate I really regret is...
You see, the thing about being an addict, Gamergate, growing up in the South... You see, the thing about being an addict, Gamergate, growing up in the South, queer, the thing about it...
kind of wrap the left up and feminism specifically in a kind of aesthetic that I think you fast forward 10 years and look at where we are, it has not served anything particularly well.
Directionally.
and I don't know how to get things back on track other than to really try to
It feels like so long since we've covered Brianna Wu content, you know. It feels like it's been a minute. Feels like it has been a minute. I'm just remembering all the phrases immediately.
more in policy and legislation. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Yeah, the political.
kind of
I mean,
been
I don't know
irrelevant.
what the rules are. I know that there's certain rules about political content and paying for political content on Twitch.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think
Yeah.
I would never. Maybe we would at some point. It's just like paying someone, say, we will give you X dollars to do Y video. That's just not something that makes sense to me. This is something I've been talking about behind the scenes. When I worked the Nina Turner race, there was one television ad that we did. And, this was for one television station.
Jesus Christ. Everyone got bored of her, I think. She's been posting heavily filtered fetish pictures of the anime character she wants her face to resemble for the past few months. Whoa.
One time, a 20-second ad, in that market, and it cost like $27,000. So you look at the effects of that, and then you think about the cost of actually, organizing streamers in the context of a political campaign. I think it's money that makes more sense to spend there, right? Because if you get a streamer's community activated, you get, volunteers, you get people registered to vote, you get people actually talking to people. There's a really big trend called relational organizing, where you basically get people and you reach out to them across the different social media platforms and get them activated. I think it makes more sense for the party to invest in Twitch and YouTube and all this content, and that's something I'm working on a lot this cycle.
Yeah, I mean, I think this has happened before. No, like didn't they have AOC was playing Among Us with people? That was part of some sort of political Democrat thing, isn't it?
Exactly.
So
I don't think that was. Yeah, I just think we need to do more organizing in this space. The thing about the party is the higher ups are so conservative in the sense that they really have a 90s playbook about how elections should work. This is going to be over $1 billion election, and I'd bet you a lot of money, over half of that $1 billion, is going to go to TV ads this cycle. So it's just a real struggle to get new techniques introduced, if that makes sense.
Sure. Okay. Anyway, listen. Thanks for coming
I'll
on.
jump off. Sorry
no
to bother
worries.
you about
No,
this.
it's fine. It's fine. I just there's not really much for me to add to it. It's just President Sunday can be a real insane person. I think for some reason, he's got a big issue with this Doe person. Like if people go for Doe, I think he feels very protective towards them. So I think it's probably triggered something deep within him, I'd say. But like I say,
I don't know Doe. I probably should at some point. I've heard Destiny mention them.
I think it's worth, in my mind, just giving it a week, and he'll probably have moved on. I know it's a bit annoying, but
I don't think it will. He's been focused on me forever.
He didn't.
I paid Wick to do some streams.
Give it a week and he'll move on. This almost exactly a year ago.
This is a good example of what we did. So Wick's channel, we're working on contract with AFC, which is trying to codify access to contraception into law in various states in the aftermath of losing Roe, right? So we brought on some people.
I think I hear her dog in the background. Can anyone hear a dog in the background? Yeah, I don't have the clip.
I wouldn't have as much cool stuff if God didn't agree with me. Woof!
To talk to the right wing about how access to contraception we think should be codified, right? And he got this huge bug up his ass about that for just paying a streamer to cover a topic in a bipartisan way. It's just absolutely insane.
Yeah. Like I say, it might have. There might be something, but I don't know if it'd be covered by that. I'll have to look it up.
100%. I'd love to know. Anyway, I'll jump off. Have a good Sunday, man.
Thanks. You too. Catch you later. Bye-bye.
Wow, so they were such great friends here. They were such great friends. What happened? Let's have a look what Brianna thinks of Chud now.
It was the one that they took most issue with because they thought that the phrase audience capture meant intentionally dishonest. And I disagreed with that. I do not think that at all. I think there are plenty of people who have been audience captured who think that they're saying earnest and genuine things, but they're just playing to the financial and social advantages of their perspective. So this is a 1 minute long clip. It's Riley Grace Rochong and Dylan Burns.
Start as streamers who are like policy wonks, and eventually they're just all talking about interpersonal drama all the time.
It is crazy to see people come in like, I want to talk about this issue, and before you know it, they're just like focusing completely on drama. Like Chud Logic, I don't even know if he ever talks about politics anymore. And if he's a drama streamer, he's a drama streamer. It is what it is. He's got his market. I got my market.
Sure.
We're all gonna exist, kumbaya, whatever. But he went from like politics most of the time, drama, something like to complete transformation.
Sure.
And I've seen that to lesser extent happen with a lot of content creators who came in thinking they're going to do something totally different.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be hosting a panel show, but I always kept the foreign policy focus, and I've gone even a little bit further with the foreign policy focus that I originally came in with. I always have tried to keep attachment to IRL politics. It's what I do. But yeah, no, the space. The
thing is that okay. Here's the problem. I need to figure out how to why would you watch a politics? It makes no sense. There is no reason to watch like a politics streamer who is focusing on explaining politics to you, talking about politics first and foremost in like a serious and rational way. There is no reason to watch a politics streamer. Because why would you watch fucking Lego Head? Why would you watch Chud doing like politics? Like, obviously, no offense to Chud, but like, if Chud was doing, when Chud does politics now, it's usually like culture war shit or like arguing with someone. That stuff is more like drama content. It's still like entertainment. But the drier stuff that he used to do, right, back when he was doing lefty shit, why would you watch that? Why would you not go watch an established like expert? They're all making content. Why would I watch a second of someone trying to give some serious take about the intricacies of politics when I can watch The Rest is Politics with Alistair Campbell and Rory Stewart? Why would I watch anything else? There's no reason to watch some dipshit streamer like myself, like Lego Head, like Chud, discuss the intricacies of one of these issues when you could just watch someone who actually knows what they're talking about do so. So what is the market here? Obviously, the reason why someone would watch a streamer talk about these things is because there's another entertainment factor. And so that's why there's the drama incentive, because people don't actually care about the issues. There isn't a market for talking about the issues in these streams. The market wants the entertaining version. The market wants the screaming, the blood sports. That's the way it is. There is no niche for 30 viewer political streamers to make it big. The reason why Vosh got big was off of, drama and debates, blood sports shit. Having crazy takes, saying insane shit that no, reasonable mainstream person would say. The way Destiny got big was through blood sports, drama, debates, saying insane shit that no reasonable mainstream person would say. The way Hassan got big was through BuzzFeed guerrilla marketing and TYT astroturfing, but also blood sports and debates and insane statements that no rational mainstream person would say. That is what the market wants. That is what the market is for. The idea that Dylan Burns hasn't realized this after 3 years, 4 years, 5 years making this content is pretty crazy to me. Maybe I'm missing something in this clip. But yeah, there's just no reason. Like, why would you ever listen to Counterfire with Connor and Brianna Wu? What expertise do they have? Like, none. Why would I not listen to The Rest is Politics with Alistair Campbell and Rory Stewart? There is just simply no value proposition here.
The incentives, the market incentives, the viewership incentives, and the financial and attention rewards, the social rewards that come from it are so enticing that it can completely knock you off of what your original streaming plan was.
So for me, this sounds like Dylan being rawly honest about the amount of time, money, attention, etc. that can knock you off of your intent when you first start a show or first start streaming or whatever. And so if I heard that, let's say that I said audience capture and they got pissed off, and then we come on the show and I say, hey, listen, that's not how I mean audience capture. I mean that you wouldn't be making these arguments as a liberal unless your audience like believe these things and you were exposed to these ideas, et cetera, and you were you didn't want to piss them off. That's basically what I said, which I understand you can object to. But this is what I mean, where Chud Logic, I love Chud Logic. I watch Chud Logic's content. However, I think that Chud Logic has been audience captured. He's not dishonest. He just saw that when he did drama, the viewership went up. And when he did drama, the money went up. And he just said, you know what? I'm going to follow the crowd because this is what people want. And I don't even hate him for it. It's not a problem. It's just a variable to consider.
I mean, I obviously agree with that.
I mean, it depends how you're using the term audience capture. I just don't think anyone uses audience capture to mean like this. Changing audience capture to me generally means that you can't say things outside of a certain bound because your audience will get pissed off, and so you're restricted from saying things you really believe. That's what audience capture means to me. This is just like changing genre of content. And I don't think Chud is having like less fun doing drama than politics. He still gets to do politics when he really wants to talk about it, so I can't imagine that's the case. But hey, what do I don't know.
Think, but he's always kind of been honest about his nihilism, right? And I mean, he's not, he's frankly not a very happy person. I think that's very obvious, but you know, it's just Chud. I think it's
I disagree. I think Chud is quite
I think
it might not be the kind.
Yeah, I mean, true. I mean, Chud's content was always like politics drama, right? Even back then he was doing like Rant Sona lolcow shit, right?
But he's always kind of been honest about his nihilism, right? And I mean, he's not, he's frankly not a very happy person. I think that's very obvious, but you know, it's just Chud. I think it
like just like where is he coming from? He's not a very happy person. I mean, he's not very happy because people like Brianna Wu and Erudite keep throwing his mental health off.
Flock and super chatted
Keep
$1.48. Denims is toppest political streamer. Love that bit.
Thank you for the $2, Cats Flockin. If maybe if people didn't keep harassing him, people like Brianna Wu and Erudite didn't keep harassing him with these horrible comments about him online, much like Total Biscuit did to Brianna Wu. Much like Total Biscuit did to Brianna Wu, as we all remember. Maybe his mental health would be a bit better. Maybe he'd be a bit happier. Maybe he'd be able to keep moving without taking weeks off to collect himself and get his mental state back together. But no, there is an unrelenting assault. I've got no idea why it's happening either, because they never fucking explain themselves, as we'll see here. They never fucking explain themselves. It's just, you know, I just think he's like a miserable piece of shit. It's so gay.
I think, but he's always kind of been honest about his.
It's out because this is what people want.
Also, I think I don't even necessarily disagree with the nihilism characterization, because Chud has always said, like, you know, you can't make any difference from doing online content, and that's probably what they're speaking. Yeah.
And I don't even hate him for it. It's not a problem. It's just a variable to consider.
I mean, I obviously agree with that. I think, but he's always kind of been honest about his nihilism, right? And I mean, he's not, he's frankly not a very happy person. I think that's very obvious, but you know, it's just Chud. I think
I disagree. I think Chud is quite.
I think
it might not be the kind. It might not be the kind of happiness. Well, so for instance, I've seen him have to go to bat with his chat now, though, because some of them, this actually happened the other day. It was during a stream that I watched. And unfortunately, I'm one of the contributors who says the dumbest, silliest, rudest joke as soon as it pops into my head, because that's the kind of space it is. But Stylo, who's a Kuihman fan, Kuihman orbiter, I don't know how to describe it. But he's a pretty like rude and abrasive guy as well. And he was saying that he was getting sick of the racist jokes that always popped up, because if they were funny, he wouldn't care. but because of the way the space is cultivated, it's always the most obvious, rude, and abrasive and low IQ stuff that just bubbles to the top.
Yep. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Sorry, this sounds like it's stressing you out.
No, I'm just agreeing with you.
Sorry, I literally just had I tapped F2 and scroll drink. Did I miss it? I've already heard part of this clip.
The other day, it was not being quite.
I mean, I obviously agree with that. I think, but he's always kind of been honest about his nihilism, right? And I mean, he's not.
Yeah.
He's frankly not a very happy person. I think that's very obvious. But you
Which
know,
one?
It's just Chud. I think it's.
I disagree. I think Chud is quite.
It's. I think
it
it's
might not be the kind. It might not be the kind of happiness. Well, so for instance, I've seen him have to go to bat with his chat now, though, because some of them, this actually happened the other day. It was during a stream that I watched. And unfortunately, I'm one of the contributors who says the dumbest, silliest, rudest joke as soon as it pops into my head, because that's the kind of space it is. But Stylo, who's a Kuihman fan, Kuihman orbiter, I don't know how to describe it.
Oh my god,
but he's
so epic. Stylo is a Kuihman orbiter or Kuihman fan. Which one do we prefer? Stylo is a Kuihman orbiter or a Kuihman fan? Which one do I prefer? It's not an equal, that's for sure. It's not. You will perish by my hand. That's true because I'm above you. Oh man, so funny. It's so epic, and you're getting used to the token. And you're getting used to the token. And Connor's saying, look, Chud's audience is so bad that even his black fans are turning around and saying it's too much. Look, even Chud's black fan saying it's way too much. It's just, I don't know, man. I feel like he is representing. I am his only black fan, that is true. Why can't he? The thing is that what he's saying is true and an accurate representation, but also it's like the way he's saying, I've seen Chud having to start do this now, implies that like it's some fucking like, oh, it's getting too far now. I feel like the entire time, like it's just a common thing. Every streamer does this. Your community goes a bit too much in one direction, or you're saying a bit too much of one thing for a bit. You notice it, or someone points it out, and then you start just fucking hammering that until it stops, right? That's just, it's the constant course correcting that people just do with their chats. Yeah, Destiny arcs are constituted by this. Yeah, that's possibly one of the worst parts of Destiny, calling them like arcs, is it's like, I mean, yeah, this is just the ebbs and flows of content, but whatever. Oh yeah, I heard Chud was saying that he's sick of the chaser jokes. I heard he was saying that he's sick of the Gok jokes. Or he's lying, it's a bit. Was he lying about being sick of the Gok jokes? Was he trolling? He reads every one of them the next day. He's trying to play coy. He's trying to play coy. He's like using it as like, you know how gay men adopt a lisp to signal to other gay men. He's like, he's doing that. But then he's feeling like it's getting a bit too brazen, a bit too blatant. So he has to like pull back. He's like, guys, the Gok stuff's not funny anymore. Take it, guys. The Gok stuff's not. It's not funny anymore, right? It's not funny to joke about the Gok anymore. I don't actually want the Gok. And then the next day he's back to, God made his bed with that, saying it'd be fun to watch you. Okay.
He's a pretty like rude and abrasive guy as well. And he was saying that he was getting sick of the racist jokes that always popped up because if they were funny, he wouldn't care. But because of the way the space is cultivated, it's always the most obvious, rude, and abrasive and low IQ stuff that just bubbles to the top.
Yep. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Sorry, this sounds like it's stressing you out.
No.
Getting in the way of his chasing. He has a reputation.
Just agreeing with you. It's Connor, maybe this is, I don't want to get personal, but for me, it's like, As someone who went to rehab and had to...
Dude, it's just, you cannot make this shit up. I haven't seen Brianna Wu content in so long. It's easy to forget how often she just slips into trauma dumping. She's just like, oh, I fucking hate this person. They're terrible. They're a piece of shit. I was like, oh, well, I don't really agree with you. Well, as someone who grew up in the South, queer, rehab, addiction directionally. Okay, all right, Brianna, take it easy. Sorry, okay, I guess they're a shitty person, Brianna. All right, Brianna, say whatever you want. We'll just move on, Brianna. It's just every fucking time. Just a constant weapon.
Rude and abrasive and low IQ stuff that just bubbles to the top.
Yep. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Sorry, this sounds like it's stressing you out.
No, I'm just agreeing with you. It's Connor, maybe this is...
Wu is such a victim, but think about all of the malnourished Jewish boys who have been forced to witness the destruction of their beloved manga as the creator has lost all interest in crafting a coherent narrative. Very true. Guys, that's why all 364 of you, 366 of you right now, the 260-ish that haven't already, need to like the stream, okay? You need to either move the cursor to the thumbs up and click, or press the thumbs up on your mobile device to leave a like, okay, guys? Very important you do this right now. Okay, very important. Bare minimum, really, to help support this free content. Now, if you want to take your support further, you can click the Stream Elements link in the pinned chat message. That allows you to donate directly, which is epic. You can also buy a super chat, which will highlight your message and read it out on TTS. You can buy a super sticker, which will buy a YouTube image or GIF and highlight it in chat, and I'll describe it. You can buy a membership. You can gift a membership, or you can gift a whole bunch of memberships throughout the chat, randomly. You can go to discord.gg/Kuihman, twitter.com/Kuihman, reddit.com/r/Kuihman. Thank you.
I don't want to get personal, but for me, it's like, as someone who went to rehab and had to work so hard to get clean, and it was
Operation Kuihman on Trash Taste as a guy.
3 months of live at the hospital, go through withdrawals.
Guys, we will be brigading.
Like you lived in a hospital room, like they bought an apartment complex. You're living there with other addicts, and the group therapy. Like you would get to the hospital at 8 o'clock in the morning until 5. Your job was going into groups and having.
Send me the messages, Starly.
You tell your story to other addicts and they call you on your BS, right? Like you can't lie to another addict.
Thank you, Max, for the $3.99 Shiba Inu with a bone, with a bow on it. That's very epic. It's bowing and presenting the bone. Thank you, Cats of Welcome, for the 2 Canadian. This is the most cracker honky as shit ever. Thank you.
Addict about why you're addicted to drugs, they will like call you on your stuff. And for me, I really had to understand, for me to get clean and to have a functional life, that integrity and honesty and being truthful about what my intentions were.
Next question. Anyways, next question.
Owl plus 001 super chatted $7.41. PPP voice. Let's get some donos.
Okay. Thank you for the $10, Owl Plus.
Anyways,
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, what's this? The day I would about what some CTE mall cop says about me is my last day on Earth. Tell that ninja it's not too late to undo the blood pact he made with Brianna Wu. Awesome. That's Stylo's official comment on that. Cool.
Was really important. That doesn't mean I get it right all the time. It doesn't mean I'm better than anyone else. It just means that like you have to do in public what you do in private. And I think you know me well enough to know that's who I am, right? So it's so psychologically difficult for me to understand people that kind of do this stuff performatively or in bad faith. It's just I saw that taking me to the most self-destructive times of my entire life.
One of my favorite quotes that I always try to say as often as I possibly can is, it's from Mark Twain, and it's, I never lie, that way I don't have to remember anything.
That's right.
And that is like, that's one of my favorite things. So if somebody asks me a question, I got in trouble with this for not covering the Vosh drama. I got in trouble for this for not taking a massive shit on Actual Justice Warrior, which I should also catch you up on that drama. I've gotten a lot of shit for saying what's at the top of my brain, but I would so much rather get yelled at for what I feel is an articulation of my internal monologue and what I actually feel and what I actually think. I would so much rather get in trouble for that rather than make up something that I think is going to be palatable to the outside world and then getting caught in it being a lie. Like that, that's just my absolute preference.
No, I fully agree with you.
Yeah. So, so hold on. So we need to. We only have like 90 seconds left, so I want to get that done.
Brianna really values honesty.
Let's make that argument. I would say that I don't. It's not about policy with him. It was about the desperation.
I guess that's the end of the clip.
The
That's the end of
our
our Brianna Wu content here. I think that was all the commentary on Chud. Just he's an addict. Not he's an addict. He's miserable. I know because I'm an addict. So I don't know why they're suddenly not friends anymore. I don't understand. I don't get it. They were such good friends a year ago, and now what's happening? I think Brianna and Erudite should be forced to comment. Also, I heard rumors that on an episode of Anything Else, one Dan Saltman referred to Kyla Turner as a stupid bitch. Is this real? Does anyone know about this? Or a dumb bitch or something like that?